All right, seventh grade, this video is going to show you how Miss Jordan and I want you to do the Revolutions in Class essay. So, you will write in one class period, a 70-minute class period, an in-class essay that will be 5 paragraphs. You will have it on the following. You will answer in the third person. How did the events/discoveries of the scientific, industrial, and French revolutions prove they were in fact revolutionary? In your introduction, you will define the word revolution and develop a thesis that explains how each of these revolutions are an accurate definition of the word. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to create an outline on a sheet of paper. You may only write on the front of the sheet of paper. You're going to write your basic outline. You can bullet point stuff. You can draw a little map, doesn't matter. You may not write incomplete sentences at all. Ms. Jordan and Mr. Berry will then determine if your outline is acceptable to use for the essay, and then we will let you know before the essay. You'll turn in the outline Friday, January 6th, and then on Monday, January 9th, you'll get your outline back with hopefully edits, and or it will tell you whether or not you can use the outline. If you don't have the outline approved by the teacher, it can't be done. No exceptions. Your introductory paragraph will do the following. Everyone's essay will start with the following sentence, and I mean everyone. Everyone in the entire grade. The first sentence of your essay will say, a revolution is an overthrow of government or a series of significant changes. Then you will have a second sentence that's more specific. So, for example, a revolution is an overthrow of government or a series of significant changes. There were many revolutions in world history. And then you get into your details. You will then have a thesis statement that says why the events during the scientific, industrial, and French revolutions were in fact revolutionary. Basically, were these revolutions a series of significant changes? Or was one of these revolutions an overthrow of government? In fact, these events were revolutionary because they were this. Your first body paragraph, you have a mentioning about the scientific revolution. You're going to choose one event from the scientific revolution and explain why that event was revolutionary, and then say how. The first sentence or two will say, the science revolution was blah, 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 telling me what the scientific revolution was. You'll give me a sentence or two that tells me about the scientific revolution, when-ish it happened, and then you'll say the scientific revolution was a revolution because, and then you'll get into the details. You might want to say because people challenged the church, and they literally tried to prove these theories. You're going to want to give an example, a specific example of a significant change during the scientific revolution, a specific event that is quote unquote revolutionary. How is this a significant change in human history? Because the scientific revolution was a series of changes that challenged the old ways of thinking. Your second body paragraph is the Industrial Revolution. Again, the first sentence or two says, the Industrial Revolution was, and then you explain what the Industrial Revolution was. Give us the dates, where it happened. And I mean dates like when-ish, like what century. You'll tell us what the Industrial Revolution was, and then you'll give us an example of one or two inventions or one or two events from the Industrial Revolution and explain why the event was revolutionary. So, for example, the invention of the steam engine, right? Or the railroad, or how coal was used as a new fuel, or how the factory system was created, the new use of the factories. How were these revolutionary? How are these significant changes in the way things used to be done? And now how are they different? That makes it revolutionary. Now, I just want to throw this out there. You can absolutely mention more than one event from each revolution. You could say 2 or 3 things in the scientific, 2 or 3 things in the industrial, but minimum is 1. The third body paragraph is the French. It must have 2 events, though. The first sentence, the French Revolution was blah, 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 blah. Explain when it was. And then choose 2 events from this era and explain why these events were revolutionary. Obviously, the scientific revolution, it does not overthrow government, but it challenges the church. That's revolutionary. The Industrial Revolution doesn't overthrow the government, but it was a series of significant changes that changed the way people did work and changed the way things are manufactured. The French Revolution obviously overthrows government. So tell me, excuse me, not enough coffee. You need to explain what the French Revolution was and what events led to the overthrow of the French government. Those are the two things. What led to the overthrow of the French government, and what did the people try to do in France? What did they get rid of? Then you have a conclusion. The conclusion restates your thesis and mentions why these three revolutions were in fact revolutionary. No contractions. No couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, didn't, whatever. No first person. Do not write I think or one would think. No first person and write in the past tense. This stuff happened. The scientific revolution isn't still happening. They're all dead. The French Revolution is not still going on. They overthrew the government and the king and queen are dead. So it's minus 5 points for any of these things violated. And it's 5-point increments. That's how you write your revolutions essay. Again, how did the events, discoveries of the scientific, industrial, and French revolutions prove they were in fact revolutionary? Create your outline. Your outline may have a thing that's a label. It's a part that says intro, and then 3 bullet points of what you're going to do. Your body paragraph, 2 or 3 bullet points. Your second body paragraph, 2 or 3 bullet points. Same thing. That's what your outline will look like. You can do it on one sheet of lined paper on the front only. That is it. But it must be approved by the teacher. Enjoy.